Our story begins with a routine training exercise off the coast of California, but the events that transpired here would become one of the most mysterious and well-documented UFO cases of the 21st century. All witnesses were highly trained military personnel. Witnesses include radar operators and fighter pilots who are trained observers. The equipment they controlled, namely FA-18 Super Hornet fighter jets, carry some of the most advanced technology ever created. Not one witness can explain what they saw. November 2004. 100 miles southwest of San Diego, California, the U.S. Navy is performing a training exercise. At about 2 p.m., 2 fighter pilots were told to stop training immediately and ordered to investigate a real-world object. The man who gave the order, an operations officer aboard one of the ships, had received word that the ship's radar had picked up another AAV, or anomalous aerial vehicle. By this point, the senior radar operator, Kevin Day, had seen well over 100 of these during the course of the week. He said in an interview with the History Channel, watching them on the display was like watching snowfall from the sky. According to Day, the AAVs appeared at an altitude greater than 80,000 feet, far higher than commercial or military jets typically fly. Initially, the ship's radar team didn't believe what they were seeing, presuming the anomalies to be an equipment malfunction. They checked their equipment over and over and determined that everything was operating as it should. The AAVs began dropping with astounding speed to lower, busier airspace, so Kevin Day approached the ship's commander about taking action. "I was chomping at the bit," he says. "I just really wanted to intercept these things." The 2 fighter jets were sent to investigate. The operations officer asked if they were carrying live weapons, to which the pilots replied they were not. One of the pilots was Commander David Fravor, who recently spoke about his experience on the Joe Rogan podcast. Initially, they didn't see any flying objects, but both pilots spotted a disturbance in the ocean. The water was white, breaking over what looked like a large object just beneath the surface. David Fravor, a Top Gun program graduate with over 16 years of experience, described the object as being a tic-tac shape, about 40 feet long. The object had no obvious means of propulsion, but was darting around in the water. In an interview, he said, "It's white, it has no wings, it has no rotors. I go, holy smokes, what is that? This thing would go from one way to another, similar to if you threw a ping pong ball against the wall." As Fravor flew around it, he says the craft ascended and came right at his plane. Fravor was quoted as saying, "All of a sudden, it kind of turns and rapidly accelerates beyond anything I've seen. Crosses my nose and it's gone." As the tic-tac accelerated into the distance, according to Kevin Day, Navy jets began launching off the carrier to try and intercept the other mysterious objects the ship's radar was tracking. Fravor's wingman in the air that day also corroborated his story, but wanted to remain anonymous. Dave Fravor was not the pilot who captured the infamous video recording. Another pilot sent up after him managed to capture the video using the aircraft's highly sensitive infrared camera. The video was archived by the military and was not known widely among the public until 2017, when the New York Times published it alongside an account of the incident. Many people have suggested explanations for the Nimitz encounters, a bird, or an equipment malfunction. Other people devised more sinister theories. Could this have been an encounter with some form of advanced technology, of this world or of another? There was widespread speculation on if the footage was even real, and if the event had occurred at all. Just this year, in 2020, the Pentagon declassified and released the recordings to clear up any doubt that the incident took place. With it, they released a statement which reads, "The Department of Defense is releasing the videos in order to clear up any misconceptions by the public on whether or not the footage that has been circulating was real or whether or not there is more to the videos. The aerial phenomena observed in the videos remain characterized as unidentified." The Department of Defense themselves state that the phenomena remain unidentified. With all their knowledge, technology, and capabilities, they would certainly notify the public if they believed this to be a bird or a malfunction. A spokeswoman from the Pentagon also confirmed that the encounters were, quote, "part of a larger issue of an increased number of training range incursions by unidentified aerial phenomena in recent years." The U.S. Navy confirmed that, in response to inquiries, congressional hearings presented by aviators and senior naval intelligence officials have been provided to members of Congress. Sightings have been occurring more regularly since 2014. This, and in response to congressional hearings, the U.S. Navy has changed the way military personnel can report these incidents and has encouraged pilots to formally report any unidentified aerial observations. One explanation in the rise of sightings since 2014 could be the rise in personal drones or quadricopters. Yet the fact remains that the Nimitz encounters are to this day still classified as unidentified. If this were a civilian-piloted drone, it had evaded the intelligence of the U.S. military, put fear into the hearts of fighter pilots, and displayed technology beyond our current understanding of science. So, you decide. Is this a top-secret military technology, or is this a craft of otherworldly origin? Or is this just all an elaborate hoax?